Okay, everyone, welcome back to Bezer Efrat here at Shira David, Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Vayishlach. Unbelievable, right? Another week. All right, and again, we're learning for the well-being of our soldiers. It was so nice to see Akiva this morning, right? Our Kohen.
Akiva Weiss was downstairs.
Yeah. We had two Kohanim today, Baruch Hashem.
Yay.
You see that?
Had company.
Unbelievable. All right, so let's go back now. So today we're gonna talk about we did a lot of groundwork to get to the point of Hanukkah. We're gonna speak a little bit about Hanukkah, then we're gonna go do a little more groundwork, and then we're gonna get to the crux of Hanukkah. Okay, maybe just in time for Hanukkah. It's so I always find it amazing when we're learning how it brings into the next week this time it'll be Hanukkah. Right? Okay, so Baruch Hashem. So the Rebbe says today, so we're up to Likutei Halachos, Hilchos Birchas HaShachar, Halacha Gimel, and today we're doing Lamed Zayin 37. So 337. Okay. Nachsel in Yanein, what? Why?
Why? Because you looked at me and said, Mordechai, 37.
Well, okay, because
Gary.
I want to make sure you got it, that's all.
I got it.
Nachsel in Yaneinu she'ikehu Hashem v'ika abriya oisa leman shema yisbarach. Again, Reb Nosson is just reviewing what we said. Again, Hashem made the whole bria. He made everything in creation, starting from the Cholol HaPanai, and then all of the worlds, and all of the constellations, everything in order for us to reveal His name. Kedei legalei Shema Yisbarach b'olam, in order for us to reveal His name in the world. Iker is galus Shemayu al yedei haTorah shenasan lanu Moshe Rabbeinu. How do you reveal Hashem's name in the world? Through the Torah. You need the Torah, right? Because again, the Torah is all Hashem's names, right? We said that, right? The whole Torah is Hashem's names. So the more Torah you study, the more Torah you read and you understand, is the more you start to understand Hashem. Right, based on the names that you find of Hashem in the Torah. Okay. Because the Torah is the names of Hashem, like we said. Okay. It's impossible for us to know Hashem, right, and to know of Hashem's name, unless we follow the Torah and we do our mitzvahs of the Torah, right? Through that, we can start to understand Hashem. But here's the point. When we fulfill them with pshitas, simplicity. See that? Isn't that beautiful? You would think, they would also tell you, you have to do the mitzvah, and you have to put on all the trimmings and this, and you have to... No. Do your mitzvahs for the sake of doing the mitzvah. Simplicity. Isn't that beautiful? Not to make things complicated. Make things simple. You see that? We'll read again. And that's the point. When we do a mitzvah, we do the mitzvah because we were commanded to do the mitzvah. So when we do a mitzvah, we say a bracha, right? Asher kedishanu b'mitzvaysa v'tzivanu. Right? You make us holy, Hashem, through the mitzvah because you commanded us to do it. To realize, well, I'm doing this now, not because of any other reason other than Hashem asked me to do the mitzvah. Isn't that beautiful? And who gave it to us? Through Moshe Rabbeinu. Vayedei Yetzias Mitzrayim. Umatan Torah Oz Nisgala Lekusi Yisbarach B'olam. When we were in Mitzrayim, so we didn't know Hashem's name. Remember, we didn't know Hashem's name, and Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, "What should we call you? What should I tell him your name is?" Ekya Asher Ekya, right? But when we came out of Mitzrayim, we all knew there was Hashem, right? Like we say, Yad Agdoila Asher Osa Hashem, right? We say that before we say Oz Yosher, right? So we said it was the Yad Agdoila Asher Osa Hashem. It's the great of Yud Kei Vav Kei. We knew Hashem then. We started when the Sfarasim Shemai L'chol Bayei Olam. Everyone in the world knew Hashem then, right? Because even Yisro was in Midian, right? Yisro was in, right? He was over there, right? And Yisro heard about the Kriyas Yamsuf. He heard about the, and they didn't have technology, right? They didn't have,
They didn't have the internet.
no Facebook and no YouTube and all of that stuff, right? You ever think about that? How we knew?
Well, it wasn't just him.
We
was
take
the
it. We
whole-
take it for granted, right? Where we get the Parshas Yisro, and he comes and Rashi tells us he heard. What did he hear? Shamu Ubo, right? What did he hear? Oh, you heard about the Kriyas Yam. He heard about Yitzias Mitzrayim, Kriyas Yam. How do you hear about it? You ever think of it?
People were talking about it.
I understand,
No,
but
he wasn't there.
no, but it's amazing, right? If you think about it, it's far away.
It was like a phone call.
I mean, that was people heard about it. That's the whole world probably heard.
They did.
At some point. These people.
Right? They
It was the
all
first
heard.
cell phone.
They what?
It happened.
The first cell phone.
Who was present at Kriyat Yamsuf?
Yeah.
I was able to go and get a message somehow to Israel.
It's hard to understand, right? No, really, who was there? Right? That's like what Shalom said. Who was there? They didn't have a news reporter.
Reporter from CNN.
Oh, they never would have reported it. CNN would never have reported it.
But Hashem has a GPS on all of us.
I understand, but I'm trying to understand. You understand something? Before that, before Yitzias Mitzrayim and Kriyas Yamsuf, no one was talking about God in the world. Right? It started with Adam Rishon. He knew Hashem, and then it went downhill after that. Then came Avram Avinu. Oh, Hashem came back, and Yitzchak and Yaakov, the Shvatim, right? But in the world itself, like when Moshe Rabbeinu came to Paro and he said Hashem, he said, "Who's Hashem?" He wasn't even in his registry of gods. He had a registry of gods. Amazing, right? Right? But it's fascinating to just think about that, right? Just to think about the fact that Yitzias Mitzrayim, Kriyas Yamsuf, and Hashem's name was made known in the world. So for us to understand it today is much easier, right? When Mashiach's going to come to make Hashem's name known in the world, it'll be much easier, right? Right? Mamish could be in 3 seconds, maybe less. K'meishe kosu v'atas l'cha shem kayoyim hazeh k'meishe kosu l'man saper shemi b'chol haaretz. You see that? L'man saper shemi, in order for you could say, tell over my name b'chol haaretz. It's in Shemais, right? So now we understand it. So the whole thing is about revealing Hashem's name. Now we had the Golus of Yavan, right? We had the exile of Yavan, right? So what did happen? Umalchus Yavan HaRasha Amda al Yisrael Ashkicham Tayrasai Laviram al Chukei Ritzainai. So what did Yavan do? Yavan came to tell us we can't study Torah. Why? Because we don't study Torah, we don't know Hashem's name. We know Hashem through the Torah. So Yavan says, don't study Torah. So you shouldn't know Hashem's name. Right?
I don't.
You don't understand. What?
No. Who did you say told us not to study Torah?
The Greeks.
Oh, the Greeks. Okay.
Yavan. The Greeks. Okay?
That's because they know Torah. Their Torah.
No.
They don't know Torah. I mean, like, metaphorically speaking, they have their way of living and it's better.
Right. They don't know that they know that they can be successful if they stop us from studying Torah and knowing Hashem's name. Right? So that's what they were doing, right? They understood that. Right? It was unbelievable, right? If you think about it, even if you take the story with Haman, right? How he was so happy, he did his lottery and he picked it out, it was Zion Adar, it was Moshe Rabbeinu's yard site. Right? Oh, this is gonna be great. Which Russian knew Moshe Rabbeinu's yard site? How many Jews today know Moshe Rabbeinu's yard site, right? If you take a survey of people in the street, when's Moshe Rabbeinu? Well, I don't know, right? Most people tell you they don't even know. Haman knew. Our enemies know.
Yeah.
Amazing, right?
They knew it was 50 years since the
The
73 war.
Samaska, Sinwar, they said he speaks impeccable Hebrew.
Yeah.
How much time you spent in Israeli jail?
Yeah, the years he spent in the Israeli jails.
I bet you he knows.
He probably does. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys probably
Probably see
do
the
know.
Nazis when they were hung.
Yeah. That thing. Right. They said.
Said Purim.
Yeah. Purim Fest. Yeah, it's recorded in the New York Times. He said Purim Fest.
Saddam Hussein wrote Purim on the missiles.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's fascinating how our enemies know. It's like unbelievable. Lavira malchuker it's But look what he says now. Ulahalim shemayis baruch chason min ha'olam. They want to blot out Hashem's name from the world. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to blot out Hashem. Ki heim rotzu lizgaber rak al Hashem livad. They want to attack Hashem's name. Because they attacked the whole point of us, the whole point of creation was to reveal Hashem's name in the world. So they knew the real point of why the world was created, and they wanted to attack that point. Who Hashem, the main thing is to make Hashem's name known in the world. Ki amru, kisvu lachem al keren hashor, shein lachem chelik b'lekei Yisrael. They made a law that if you have your ox, right, and he has his horn, right, so you have to write on your animal's horn that you don't have any part in the God of the Jewish people, of the Jewish, you have no part. Isn't that amazing? Lachem chelik b'lekei Yisrael. You have no part in the God of the Jewish people. You have no part. Wow.
And the Christians basically did the same thing. They said you don't need the Torah and you don't need mitzvahs.
You don't need that, right?
Those two things. He said you don't need those.
Right.
Well,
You need Yoshka, that's all they need, right?
it seems like they're doing a lousy job of revealing his name in the world.
Who said what?
We've been failing at revealing his name in the world for a couple thousand years. We
Okay.
need to have a new strategy. This
Okay.
one's not working.
Yeah, but that's why we're strengthening our Torah study and Tehillim and all the other
We're just
things.
trying to reveal it to ourselves right now.
Yeah, we have to do it.
That's where it starts.
Yeah, if we know a little bit.
Ki rotzu liskabe daika lahavir mehem shem Hashem chas v'sholem shu atayra. In other words, that was all they were trying to do. That was the real crux of the problem, what the Yavanim were really trying to do. And it's so beautiful that we understand it now based on what we were learning with Reb Nosson, right? In other words, why should you write on your animal's horn that you have no part in the God of the Jewish people? So you have nothing to do with it. They wanted us to believe we have nothing to do with God. We have nothing to do with God. It's an amazing understanding, right? Balkein haya hanes ayedei shemen shel menorah. So what was the main miracle of Hanukkah? The oil, right? They found that little jug of oil, right? That's connected to the parsha this week, right? We said yesterday. Remember yesterday? Yeah. Shehu bechinas Hashem. The whole point of oil is the name. What? What does oil have to do with the name? K'mayche kosav toiv shem mishemen tov. How do you like that? That's far stretched, right?
How's that translate?
Tov shem mishemen tov. A good name is better than a beautiful smelling oil. Beautiful oil. A good name is better than oil. Interesting, right?
I don't understand it.
You'll see in a minute. As is a pasuk in Shira Shirim. L'reach shemnecha, toivim shemen turak shemecha. See, when you have oil, when you have a nice, pleasant oil, right, that has a nice fragrance to it, right? So if you pour the oil out of the jug that it's in, right, the jug will still maintain a reshimu of oil on the walls of it, right? You could pour it out, there'll be something there, and it'll always give off a nice, pleasant aroma, right? Right? You agree with that? Okay. Ki Hashem hu hakavod, because the name is the honor. Because we said the name is better. We said that the oil, tov shemen mishemen tov, right? Tov shem mishemen tov. So the name is kavod. Va'kavod hu ikar or hameir, and the kavod is the main light that illuminates. Where HaKadosh Baruch Hu illuminates in the world. Because again, the whole thing of what is Hashem's name in the world? That's Hashem's light in the world, right? When Hashem's light is revealed in the world, right? We learned this whole concept of Ma'orei Or, Ma'orei Eish. Do you remember that? We learned this concept of Ma'orei Or, Ma'orei Eish. What is Ma'orei Or? Remember, does anyone remember?
It can be used for good and bad.
Right. Ma'orei Or is nice.
Soon.
No, right. Or is light, right? You can get light. It can bring you shalom, right? We know even the Gemara tells us if a person doesn't have enough money, right? If a chas v'shalom doesn't have enough money and he has to pick what he's going to buy for Shabbos, he can either buy wine or he can buy candles. Right? Buy the candles. Why? Because you still could make kiddush on the bread, right? Because the light will bring shalom bayis, right? It'll bring peace in the home when there's light in the house. There'll be peace in the home. Isn't that a beautiful idea, right? Right? To have peace in the home. So we said that there's an idea of Ma'orei Or and Ma'orei Eish. So Ma'orei Or is the Torah, the mitzvahs. It's productive, right? It's a light that you can benefit by. But Ma'orei Eish we said is a fire is destructive. Right? Fire, right? If it's just a raging fire, will just consume and it'll just destroy. Right? So we said that the Torah and Hashem and the Jewish, all of that is part of the Ma'orei Or. When we increase the Ma'orei Or in the world, we put out the Ma'orei Eish. Hence, fight fire with fire, right? Does that make sense to fight? How do you fight fire with fire? That's how you do it. Increase the Ma'orei Or, and that'll contain. It'll tame the Ma'orei Eish until the Ma'orei Eish will actually be included in the Ma'orei Or, and the light will get brighter, and that light will get brighter. Right, so that's all that we're trying to do. Right, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to increase Hashem's light, which is His name. His name is His light. Right, we're trying to increase Hashem's light in the world. By doing that, we put out the noise and the flames and the destruction of the other side. Isn't that amazing? Right? Everyone understand that concept? Yossi, does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Right, and it was Ma'orei Or, Eish. Make the Or so bright that the Eish concedes to it and it becomes part of the Or.
So it's almost like you're using that.
We want the Eish. Yeah.
I heard a little light that dispels a lot of darkness.
Yes.
You're saying, there's a fire there, and it's bad.
Because it's energy. We love energy. We don't want to put out energy.
So make it work.
Right? Make the energy, right, exactly. Bring the energy over to the good side.
Go to the
right? Like we're supposed to serve Hashem with the two of our Yetzer, right? We have the Yetzer Tov, Yetzer. Serve Hashem with the Yetzer.
Yeah.
Use the Yetzer to enhance your service of Hashem.
Yeah.
Right? Same idea, same concept. Okay. Nice, very deep concepts with Baruch Hashem. The land, the Navi Yecheskel says, the land will be illuminated from HaKadosh Baruch Hu's covering, His name. Right? When Hashem's name, because then how do we increase Hashem's name? Studying Torah. Studying Torah. Doing mitzvahs. Doing more ma'asim tovim. Doing more good deeds. Because when we do more good deeds, for the sake of doing the good deed, so then that's a mitzvah. We increase Hashem's light in the world. That's the idea now of the light of Chanukah, where again, don't forget something. At that time of when the Chashmonayim we had with Matisyahu Kohen Gadol, when they went out to fight, the light of Hashem and His name was very, very dim, very dim in the world, very dim, right? Because the Greeks were so powerful, and the Jews were just caving into them, and you had more Hellenists. They were all becoming Hellenists.
Right.
It's amazing, right? If you think about what was going on. It's remarkable that the miracle was with the light, with a candle, with the light of the menorah was the miracle, because the light is the kavod, and the light is the ma'irei or, which is what we're trying to increase. Fascinating. Why that was the miracle? The miracle was with that little pach shemen that they found, and the candles kept burning. Right now, Chanukah is an interesting thing. The whole idea of Chanukah is to make Parsumei Nisa, right? To publicize the miracle, right? So you're supposed to light your menorah in a place that people will see it, and you can spread the light. Because again, when people see it, they understand that that's the light of Hashem. We know that that's connected to the Aragonas, right? The hidden light that Hashem hid it away for the tzaddikim of the end of time. We're tapping into that light with the Chanukah menorah, okay? She'oz nizgadol shemai v'kvoda yizbarach, because then HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name will be raised, and His covered, His honor will be raised in the world. K'may she'oimrim u'lecha sisa shem gadol v'kadosh ba'olamecha. So in the Alanisim, what we say, right? We say, "V'ulecha asisa shem gadol." For you we made a great name, v'kadosh ba'olamecha, in the world. Notice that's what we're saying. We're saying this. Why do we use these words in the Alanisim? We say Hashem gadol. Yossi, do you ever think of that? Why we say Hashem gadol?
Not so much.
No, but it's interesting, right? You know, it's in the text, right? Interesting. Ki ika or haner shel mitzvah shu bechinas ner Chanukah, because the whole idea. Is everything okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I gotta leave.
Okay. Ki ika or haner shel mitzvah, because the main light of the mitzvah of the candles that we have, it's a beautiful mitzvah, right? The whole idea is to look at the candles, right? That's the whole mitzvah. Light the candles and sit and look at the candle. Look at them. Isn't that beautiful? It makes a tikkun for the tikkun of the eyes, right? The re'iyah, things that we saw that we shouldn't have seen. We can fix that with the light of the menorah, right? Because again, we're looking at the light of the Ar Haganas, the hidden light in the candles, right? So everyone will tell you, spend as much time as you can sitting quietly and contemplating, just looking at the light of the candles. It's very soothing. Right? I'm sure we all did that, right? It's a very soothing thing to just watch the candle. Right? Have a wonderful Shabbos.
Like a fish tank. Like a fish tank.
Oh, a fish
For some
tank?
reason, it's very soothing. The water.
Okay. Here we're talking now. When,
You know, I had a Rebbe back in high school.
yeah, okay, share, please.
In a situation like this, okay, you're talking about the candles, okay, and then someone jumps up and says, "Yeah, like the fish tank." I'm sorry, no, you. I want to tell you something. It brought me back. It's not your fault, but I want to thank you for this. I want to just get this off my chest.
That's
now,
why I did it.
Okay,
I
good.
could repair myself. Okay, I was in 10th grade. My Rebbe. And I went to a few high schools.
Okay,
So,
fine.
all right. So, and there's one high school went to a little more careers outside of Lakewood. It was called Adelphia.
Yeah, I heard of it. Sure.
The rejects of the anyway.
Philly ago.
So I go there. I can see the Rebbe, and I was so out of place. They made me wear a black hat and a jacket. That's not how I grew up, and I didn't know. And I have to admit, I was really out of my place.
You're out of your space, right?
And I remember that at the beginning of my 10th grade year, Mayor Kahana, he's popular now, he died, and somehow my parents there at the school.
He didn't die, he was murdered.
He murdered, and we went to his Levaya. I never had been to Levaya like as a kid. I never saw so many people at a Levaya. I was like, I never saw it. Okay. Anyway, 3-4 weeks into my time in the school, the Rebbe says, and I went to the Levaya of Moshe Feinstein. He was talking about a big Levaya, and it was unlike anything I've ever seen. This was my moment. you know, where I was gonna tell him, like I felt something I could speak up finally. The first,
Yeah.
I read it. Oh, Yossi, finally. What do you have to? I also went to a Levaya of a Rav,
Oh, God.
Rabbi Meir Kahana. That was one of the first words I'm not such a right wing guy. I was just
Yeah.
So he took a deep breath. Oh, you nar,
Wow.
you shaita.
Wow, he said such
You
words.
fool! I'll never forget this. This article reminded me of it. So thank you for that. I'm sorry, in there, a fish tank. So I'm sorry, you know, this is.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was
There's a
good.
reason for everything.
For years, you can carry this stuff.
Wow, you
He
carried
said
that.
this, I could see his finger in the way of pronunciation.
You nar.
Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah!
If he would only know who the nar was. Huh?
When he said to me, I was supposed to buy this.
You were?
You were at both Levias.
Oh, wow.
Rabbi Kahana and Rav Kook,
Rav Moshe Feinstein.
Rabbi Moshe Feinstein. Yeah.
And Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky. I was out, yeah, I was there, Baruch Hashem. Yeah, all right.
There's a reason for everything.
These were great people.
Thank you, Mordecai.
My pleasure.
See that?
I knew that.
And then he went on mumbling a little bit later, like, here. Fish tank.
No, it's okay.
Poor guy, you're sitting here teaching.
It's okay. No, it's great. No, it's
These guys.
no, it's all great. No, it's unbelievable. It's great. Thank you, Mordechai. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. Who are HaTorah Shehu Bechinas Hashem HaKadosh Ki Araisa Shemai Dekucha Brichu? Because the Torah, look what it says. Ki Araisa Shema Dekucha Brichu. Because the Torah is the names of Hashem, like we keep saying. Bechinas Ki Ner Mitzvah V'Torah Or. How do you like that? Ner Mitzvah V'Torah Or. The candle is the candle is the light is the Torah. Right? The candle is the mitzvah, but the light that comes out of it, that's unbelievable. The Torah is unbelievable. Ki ikar ha'ar hu Hashem shehu ha'kavod shelo yizbarach shemeya b'chol ha'olamos, because the whole point of the light is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is His name and His honor that illuminates in all of the worlds. V'zeh sham Rabbi Seinazal. Al Neiros HaMenorah, Shu Eidus Shashchina Shoyre B'Yisrael. The Gemara says in Shabbos, right? The Gemara says, Al Neiros HaMenorah, the light of the candles, right? The menorah from the candle. For those, a menorah is a Chanukiah. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, yeah. It was funny to me when I came to Israel. I said a menorah. They said, well, menorah, you want a light bulb? Yeah, okay, all right, cool. No, but I understand it, because really, if you think about it, they're right. Because the menorah was the menorah that we had in the Beis Hamikdash. And it didn't have 8 branches on it.
No, it didn't.
No,
7.
it's exactly. We're not supposed to replicate things of the Beis Hamikdash and use for our own purpose. So then that's why they call it a Chanukiah. It makes sense. It actually does make sense.
What's interesting is that
Yeah.
I've seen it so not as Torah for so many years. To plant a seed that the light means Torah, it's like it's foreign in a sense.
Well, what did you think it was before?
I don't know, just something we did.
Ner mitzvah v'torah
mitzvah.
or.
Yeah.
Ner mitzvah v'torah or. Right? The Torah is the light.
I,
And then the light is the honor of Hashem's name, because the Torah is Hashem's name and His light, one of the same.
I understand now. What I'm
Okay,
saying.
good. Okay, well, wonderful. But that's what we were trying to do that. We're trying to
Enhance
help
it, make it-
understand what we're actually doing. Shehu Eidah Shashchina Shoyre B'Yisrael. This is the testimony that the Shechina, right? The Shechina of Hashem dwells amongst the Jewish people. That we can light a candle, right? That we can light this candle. And just to really, what an amazing thing it is, right? You take a fire, you could light a fire from a fire, right? Really, what is it? You ever think about a fire? It's something strange, right? What is it? And the thing jumps around, right? It's jumping, right? You ever see the candle? If you watch it.
And that wick doesn't burn down either for some reason.
Right.
It's almost like the burning bush. The bush didn't.
Well, it pulls the oil through the wick to the top, and right.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't destroy. Why it doesn't?
burns.
What?
It's not the wick that
I know. Well, it wasn't the bush that was burning either.
It was the bush burning, but it didn't
Well,
get
it was,
consumed.
but it didn't get consumed.
Right,
yeah.
right. No, you can say that. That's true. Okay, why doesn't the whole wick get consumed?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the fire go down the whole wick and then just eat the whole thing up? Right, okay. It's very nice.
I take a fire for my friend, like my fire, so.
It doesn't damage anything of his fire.
Anything, it's like, not, it's not gas, no.
Right.
No, but the wick on a regular candle does get consumed.
We're talking about when you put the wick into oil,
Right.
the wick doesn't get, well, no, because it gets consumed because it burns down and it just gets burnt as it's going. But if you put oil in a cup and you have the wick, only the top will burn, the bottom won't burn.
Right.
Yeah. Ki or haner shel mitzvah u bechinas oris galus shemayu v'kvayde yisbarach. Because the whole point of the light of the candle, the or haner, the or of the candle, the light that comes out of it, right, is the mitzvah bechinas oris galus shemayu yisbarach shemayu. That is the revelation of Hashem. You can see HaKadosh Baruch Hu the same way He puts the neshama inside of us, and how the neshama works, and why is the neshama compared to a candle? Right? When someone passes away, right? So they light a candle. Why do you light a candle? Because the candle is always striving to go up. Right? A candle is always burning upwards. It's always burning upwards, and the candle is always jumping up and down. If you watch a flame, it's never still. The candle, the light is always going up and down. That's a neshama. It's always having the aliyahs and yeridas. Right? Of a Jew, that's in a Jew's life. It's always up and down. Okay. Shehu bechinas hashruas hashchina. That is the idea of the hashruas hashchina. The Shechina is dwelling with us, and we realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't leave us. And this was the last mitzvah that we have when we went into Golus. Right? This is the last mitzvah that we actually have. Right? The light of the candles. We were speaking about that yesterday. Right? And that's why Yaakov Avinu felt so compelled. He had to go back on the other side of the Yabok, right? He had to cross over that Yabok, the water, to go back to get that little jar. Because wait a second, I'm doing everything here to help my children for all eternity. I'm helping my children. But wait, an integral part of my helping my children is this jug. They need this oil. They need this little jug, right? Where do you know where the jug came from? Came from Noah. When the Yonah came back and he had an olive branch in his mouth, he had a little olive branch, right? So there was some olives on the branch. Noah took those olives and he squeezed them and he put them in a jug. And he gave that over to Shem, and Shem gave it over to Avram Avinu to Yitzchak, to Yaakov, and Yaakov forgot his jug.
Right. So
Isn't that amazing that he forgot it? So the whole story happened.
Wow.
It's fascinating. When you think about all of the things, why did he have to forget that thing? Like of all things, he forgot that. And then he saw the darkness. He saw it was dark. And he said, oh my goodness, my children are going to be dark. Where's that jug? We need that. See, I have to go back and get it. I need it.
Well, he was a prophet, so he knew they needed it.
I understand,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
fascinating.
He forgot it.
But he only recognized that when it got dark.
Right.
When he understood the gullus that we're going to be in, and we're going to need the light of Hashem. So then he hears, I have to go back, even though it'll be dangerous. I have to go back because I need to bring that. We need that. That's an integral part for our success. And here it is, right? To reveal Hashem's name in the darkness, in the gullus. It's very dark out there, right? So we need light. We need to reveal Hashem's light. Why do you light the candles? And it has to be specifically the mitzvah is Parsume Nisa, right? That's the whole mitzvah. The whole thing of this is Parsume Nisa. Don't light it in your little room that no one else is going to see it. Put it somewhere that people will see it. So you can publicize the miracle. You can publicize Hashem's name. Publicize Hashem's light in the world. That's what we're trying to do. Isn't that nice?
It's very nice. It doesn't.
Doesn't what?
Look, if I light a Hanukkah in a frat, they already have Hanukkahs. I'm not. I guess my mind is infinite, thinking like, well, not it's finite. So the light is supposed to be going all out.
It is. The light's dissipating.
It's going all out.
It's going exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Right. Right. So all the candles together makes a light. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. That's why the miracle specifically, the whole miracle is the whole miracle is surround the whole nace of Hanukkah is only the candles. It's amazing, right? That's all we talk about. That's all we talk about is the candles. Haneiros halolu kodesh hem, right? Haneiros halolu kodesh hem. Vein lanu reshus l'ishtamish b'hem ela liroisam bilvad. We can't use them. We can't benefit by them, right? We just have to see them in order to praise Hashem, right? That's the whole point we're doing it. When we see the candles, we praise Hashem because we recognize what's true in the world. Hakol b'shvil hagdola shema yizbarach, all to make Hashem's name great in the world. Ki hayevonim rotzu lahashkiach shema yizbarach chas v'sholom ha'yidei shegozu levatel es haTorah shehu shema yizbarach. Right, that's where the whole thing with the dreidels came in, right? Remember, because he used to teach Torah, and then they had the Yavani, these Greek guards that would come around, inspectors. Right? Are you studying Torah? So they had one kid standing there. Oh, the Yavani's coming. Or they take out your dreidels. We're playing dreidel. Right? Amazing, right? In order that we could learn Torah. So the dreidel is part of the learning of Torah. In other words, the dreidel enabled us to be able to learn Torah because that was our cover. The dreidel was our cover. You understand? So that's why in the world they say we'll play cards. Right? They'll play cards. No, you don't play cards. You play dreidel. If you want to play a game, play dreidel. Okay. Therefore, the nace, the miracle happened through the menorah. That's the making great of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name in the world. It's an amazing understanding of really what Hanukkah is all about. The crux of really what Hanukkah is all about, really to understand it. The whole thing was that they were trying to blot out Hashem's name in the world. How are they going to do that? Right on your horn, that you have no pardon of God. You're not allowed to study Torah anymore. Right? Because if you study Torah, you make Hashem's name in the light revealed in the world. And then why the miracle was that they found that little Pach Shemen. Because really, if you think about it, everything was tameh, right? There's a concept in halakha of tumah betziba hutra betziba, right? You know that concept? Hutra betziba, tumah hutra betziba, right? If everybody is tameh, everybody is tahar. If everybody is what?
Why?
That's how it works. That's a concept.
I guess two negatives equals a plus.
Right. If everybody is impure, everyone's not pure. Everyone is pure. If one guy is pure, then everyone else is impure. He's pure. But if we're all impure, that means we're all pure. So we're now in a situation of tumah hutra b'tziba, right? Because we don't have the paraduma. Right, we don't have the paraduma. We all came in contact in some way, shape, or form with a corpse, right? In some way, shape, or form. So we're all tamei tumas mace, right? And then therefore we're all tamei, right? Everybody. There's nobody because we don't have the paraduma, right? Only the paraduma can get. Okay, so he found this jug of oil, right? But really, he could have taken any oil because everything was tamei. So if everything is tamei, is tar. But he wanted to make sure that everything was tamei. And that's why he was searching through the oil. That's why he was searching through everything. Is everything really tamei? Did the Yavanim really, did the Greeks really defile everything? Because if they defiled everything, then I can use any oil. But if maybe they didn't defile everything, so I need to inspect that. You understand? Isn't that beautiful what he was doing? Right? Because really, why did he have to take this oil for? Why did he need it for? Why did this oil last? You understand? It's a beautiful understanding what was
It's
going.
almost better had it been Tameh. And it all would have been Tameh. And it all would
No,
have
but
been
then we wouldn't have recognized the miracle. The miracle was that he found that one jug amongst all the rubble. Amongst all the rubble that there was, he found that one jug. He found that one jug. And that was the jug that stayed lit all the 8 days in order for them to produce the pure olive oil, because it took the time to travel, the time to press, to come back. Right, Yossi, do you know where they went to make the oil? I don't know.
here in Tekoa.
They went to Tekoa, right?
Thing, yeah, it took them a week.
It took them a week to get from Yerushalayim to Tekoa, right?
Still all the olive fields there.
You see that? In the real Tekoa.
The real one, which is called Tekoa.
Right.
This thing, right?
Right, that's the real, it wasn't the one we have today, right?
Nah, that's the modern.
So how much time was there between Noah, when he did that, and this time? Because
How much time?
you said the jug was from Noah, right?
Yeah.
So how many years was it between? I mean, that jug traveled long and far.
Long and far, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long? How many years was it?
I don't know. I don't know the timeline.
Turkish word.
I don't know the timeline. I'm sorry. I don't know the. Well, we don't know, Sasha, where the olive, where he may have, the olive may have, this bird may have went to Tekoa and got the bread from there. We don't know. How do we know?
Most probably from the soil.
Well, yeah, because that's where things didn't get destroyed. That's where things didn't get destroyed in Eretz Yisrael.
It must have been a very big branch with a lot of olives on it.
Why? Was it? No, that was the whole thing. It wasn't so much oil, but yet it still burned.
Right.
So that's why it's connected to the thing of the tree that wasn't consumed. It's the same idea, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Anyone have any questions on this? And this is so nice. Rav Nassim gave us. We're gonna go deeper into it a little bit, right? And then we're gonna understand a little bit more about Hanukkah as we go along.
I need you to understand where the fish tank came from.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
my uncle had a fish tank.
Okay.
It was 100-gallon saltwater tank
Okay.
with
Okay.
all these amazing different kinds of fish.
Okay.
And I'd go to this place, it would be at night when we turn off the lights and we would just gaze at the fish tank.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Fine. Okay.
So
So you have a memory of something that made you feel tranquil, something that
Right.
made you feel special.
Right.
Right. So, but now but you don't have your uncle's fish tank anymore. So now you can get the same thing,
Yeah,
even better,
from the
by
candle.
looking at your candles. See that? Excellent.
gonna do it.
Everyone have a wonderful
It's
Shabbos.
awesome.
Kol Tov.